Hi, hello, welcome to the Big Wobble. It's the fourth week of September 2015. It's a subject I have been covering since October 2014. I have written to Noah several times. I have also written to several national papers, all to no avail. But suddenly it is being taken seriously. The Washington Post claims some scientists are worried about a surprisingly cold blob in the North Atlantic Ocean. The Daily Mail led with, "Should we fear the North Atlantic blob?" Climate scientists are warning of a record cold area in the North Atlantic, which may indicate the Gulf Stream is stalling. Last year, on the 11th of October 2014, I wrote an article called "The Day After Tomorrow, Is the Gulf Stream Stalling?" Analysis from NOAA satellites showed that sea surface temperatures in September 2014 were well above normal. In fact, 60% of the Northern Hemisphere ocean surface was 0.5 centigrades or more above the 1981-2010 average. But while most of the oceans were warmer than normal, a huge area of the North Atlantic, an area as big as the US itself, was showing to be colder than normal. I have been monitoring this area since then, and the size has grown. But more disturbing is, although most of the world's oceans have increased in temperature because of this year's El Niño, the actual area of the North Atlantic has dropped in temperature, and this summer was recorded as the lowest ever recorded. Ladies and gentlemen, what this means is we could be in for a winter so extreme rivers, lakes and even the sea will freeze in Europe and parts of the US. Many roads will be impassable. At hundreds of points, many towns and villages will be cut off, railways will be out of action, as well as airports and seaports. Vegetable prices will rise by 50% as crops fail. Meat prices will rise as animals die and supermarkets will be half empty. Energy prices will rise and old and young people will be vulnerable. I hope against hope that this doesn't happen, but we should be warned. If you are worried about this and you would like some more information, please go to my website www.thebigwobble.org. There is more information there. A much anticipated and talked about super blood moon came and went, and as beautiful as it was, nothing untoward happened, at least that we know about. September did, however, have a major uptick of major quakes, 23 in fact, which is the most recorded in one month since April 2014, which coincidentally was the month of the first blood moon of this current tetrad, which produced 26 major quakes. September also produced the biggest quake of this year with the 8.3 quake in Chile. Our sun also got in the act, firing off its biggest CME since June with an impressive M76 class flare, which is just short of an X class flare. We've only had two of them all year. Now the rest of this week's news. Turkey's touristic Bodrum hotspot floods after an unbelievable amount of rain falls in just 3 hours. And my next door neighbour's there at the moment, so I don't envy him. The Telica volcano in Nicaragua erupts dense volcanic ash over surrounding villages this week. The third world side of the American dream. Municipal officials declare a state of emergency in LA. as 60,000 homeless people are reported everywhere. They are living in encampments, freeway underpasses, high-value streets, in tents or under tarpaulins in parking lots. To give you an idea just how many people 60,000 is, you could fill a baseball or an NFL or Premiership football stadium with that amount of people. Shakes galore, of course. A magnitude 6.6 in Sorong, Indonesia, was the 16th major quake in just 7 days. And they just kept on coming. A magnitude 6.0 near the Solomon Isles was the 17th in 7 days. And a magnitude 6.2 quake was the 14th to hit Chile in just 10 days. It just drained away like a bathtub. A mystery as lake drains overnight, killing thousands of fish in drought-stricken California. 56-year-old Eddie Bauer has lived near the lake his entire life, and this is the first time he has seen it run dry. Another super typhoon, Dujuan, has Taiwan in its sights as thousands are evacuated. More than 24,000 troops were placed on standby for disaster relief and evacuations this week. Hundreds of dead walruses are reported in Alaska. Ecosystem stress factors killing the species. The discovery of the many dead animals occurred at an area near Point Ley, where 35,000 walruses had landed on shore. Some reports have said the walruses are ramming themselves to death, which I find hard to believe. There she blows again. 3 spectacular explosions as Colima volcano in Mexico spews ash 2 kilometers into the sky. She has been blowing since July this summer. And finally, China is hit by more explosions. Dozens of injuries, 6 dead after renewed multiple explosions hit public buildings in southern China this week. Well, that's all again for another week, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.